Hello and welcome. Welcome back to the Salty Barrel Podcast. I'm your host, Jaron Normal,
And as usual, everybody, I'm your co-host, Peach Man.
the star of the show.
Yeah. I don't know why. At first I thought you said, I'm your host as normal. I'm like,
Oh, I hope it didn't come through sounding like that.
I was like, did he say Jaron Normal or as normal? Because I'm like, did I miss my cue? But
Just to clarify, I'm Jaron Normal. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen the previous episodes,
and I'm Peach Man, and welcome back to the Salty Barrel Podcast.
and we should probably mention our sort of success with our series we've been doing, the
Yeah.
gaming walkthrough.
We've been doing a playthrough of Peter Jackson, King Kong. I almost said King Kong Peter Jackson, but and we've been having fun. We haven't gotten the chance to make a third episode yet because I keep forgetting to bring equipment over at Jaron Normal's house, Salty HQ, and we had a few microphone problems because I forgot I messed with the programming a few days ago. So we were supposed to record a podcast episode last week, but here we are now.
Yeah, and as in the what was I going to say? In the last episode we did on the Salty Barrel Podcast, we mentioned that the next episode we will talk about some historical samurai character. And I did some research on that. I said, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Because it just wasn't interesting enough.
Yeah. So before we get to our topic,
We might get to it eventually, but I just don't really feel like it.
Yeah. So before we get to that topic, I just want to say thank you for commenting on the videos, this one guy, but we are not playing Elden Ring high or drunk if it's illegal. We're not doing Fortnite and all that other crap. So I mean, we could. Just kidding, but no, we don't. We like to do classic stuff, I think, like things we did in the past.
Like Lego Batman.
Yeah, like a Batman for some reason.
We might do a Lego Batman walkthrough after the King Kong gameplay.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the comment, I was just like, should I respond to that? I'm like, nah, I'm too lazy. But yeah. So
today's topic. As I said, I'm scrapping the idea of doing the samurai topic, and I might do that for a different episode.
yeah.
Today's topic is going to have to do with the otherworldly.
Is this let me guess, aliens again?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, well, I
it's
mean-
aliens again.
Well, here's the thing. Even though it's aliens again, it's a similar topic to all the other alien episodes we do. But if you think about it, there's a lot of things that has to do with aliens in space. So it's like,
There's actually been a lot of weird alien news lately. For one, something weird was going on the International Space Station or something. I don't know that much about it. But apparently there was some virus up there they were experimenting with.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
There was also a bunch of UFO sightings in California,
I feel like,
and tons of people were filming them.
okay, well, here's the thing. Anything in California is probably just fake. Let's be honest. But yeah, I heard about the virus thing in space or whatever it is, like the superbug.
Yeah. That's not going to be the main topic for today's episode, though.
Yeah, but I'm like, when you really think about it, humanity is really destroying itself. I mean, the proof is already in the pudding for like 1,000 years, but it's like, can we learn already?
They just put a virus in pudding.
Yeah. What is it going to be called? The, I don't know, bitch pudding virus? I don't fucking know.
Pudding H2O. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, so get ready for, I guess you could say COVID too, except for it's a different disease.
Space COVID.
Yeah, it's pretty much just space COVID.
I mean, we probably shouldn't talk about that virus very much because
right.
I don't know exactly the YouTube terms of service when it comes to that stuff.
Do they still worry about that?
I think they do a little bit.
I thought it'd see.
I mean, you can't really mention the you know what, like the The Cure.
the jab. The Jabba the Hutt is what he's saying.
I don't even know if that term is appropriate anymore.
We can't talk about the Chinese virus. So.
Are you trying to get us canceled?
No, I was thinking of something else from another.
The STD.
Yeah, the STD in China.
Oh, by the way, before we get to the actual main story, there was this other story in the news where apparently the CIA or something declassified, or someone in the military came out with this information of some people in the military getting probed by aliens, like alien abductions or something.
So the probing thing is not a stereotype?
I guess not.
I mean,
they're in a lot of stories.
Yeah, but first of all, poor FBI or CIA agent or Secret Service, whoever the hell it is. Maybe it was a woman. Maybe they enjoyed it, but
turns out it actually was a woman. but I don't really know that much about that story.
This probes a woman. The whole never ends. Fucking. But yeah. I mean, still, the idea of getting abducted and, unconsensually getting something shoved up your ass is quite terrifying. Unless you're like a...
Well, it's not always up the ass. Sometimes it's up the... Okay,
we
should probably get into the
point
real story.
It's terrifying. It's not a good feeling, probably. I would hate that,
Yeah.
So let's get to the actual story about space or aliens, or whatever the fuck you were talking about.
I'll be ready in just a minute.
That's
distract them with your favorite cereal.
That's not how my favorite cereal. So are we talking about like the original brand, or can it be a certain?
Okay, I'm ready. So
what the fuck? No. My favorite cereal now.
Fuck your cereal.
I like some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Maybe some peanut butter crunch,
So today's topic and story is called
My Cereal.
My Cereal Academia.
My Cereal Academia.
So today's topic story is called The Tuscumbia Space Penguins.
The what?
Tuscumbia Space Penguins.
The Tusca beings...
The Tuscumbia Space Penguins.
I'm just going to call them Space Penguins, but okay.
Yeah, just call them Space Penguins.
Anyway, yeah. You got to do that every time?
Yes. So, in the winter of 1960... I almost said 9. Like 69. Yeah.
Now, I want to point out, this is like one of those reading article episodes. I don't know how these go. Because, you see other podcasters, like, read articles, but...
Well, this one's not going to be on Wikipedia this time. I couldn't find a Wikipedia article on this.
I mean, it's still the idea that you're reading from an article, but okay. Yeah. All right, take it away, I guess.
It's on some cryptid website.
It's on cryptocurrency.com.
In the winter of 1967, a no-nonsense Missouri farmer had a run-in with a horde of strange, scurrying entities from outer space that one could only describe as resembling green space penguins.
Now, I want to point out...
Are you going to interrupt me every goddamn time?
That's the point of when you read an article. You're supposed to sort of interrupt whenever someone finishes a sentence.
All right, fine, fair enough. I guess... It does sound pretty interruptible. I mean, look at this guy.
I was about to say, so if I ever put the fucking photo on the screen, it looks more like a monkey than a penguin, and it looks like a kid strolling. But
I mean, the farmer drew it, so same thing basically.
Right. More like the farmer's daughter drew that.
You were saying?
So right. So you said they were found in a field?
Yeah.
Now, I'm trying to think, because the photo you showed me, there could be a lot of green types of. Also, when has a farmer ever realized what a penguin looks like? Like they live nowhere near the Alaskan, uh, you know, area. No, even I don't know what a penguin looks like.
I mean, I'm sure they've watched National fucking Geographic.
Listen, Happy Feet is a lie.
He's real to me.
He's real, man. Go ahead.
Okay, so on the bone-chilling morning of February 14th, 1967, a 64-year-old farmer by the name of Cloud Edwards woke up to attend his duties on a remote parcel of land near Tuscumbia, Missouri. As the sun rose low on the horizon, Edwards bundled up to face the bitter day, never imagining that he was about to have a face-to-face encounter with the unknown. Edwards was simple, hardworking, salt of the earth Midwesterner
Salt of the earth.
who had no time for any kind of foolishness regarding aliens, flying saucers, or the like. So as his warm boots tramped across the icy rock
So he is in Alaska.
strewn slope that took him from his home to his barn, nothing could have shocked him more than to see what appeared to be a UFO in one of his nearby fields.
Now, I want to point out with the UFO, people talk about like UFOs a lot. Because is it like this? I know you're probably going to read it later in the article. Like, is it the stereotypical circle, cylinder, whatever the fuck it is one? He just showed me a photo. Yes, it is. Okay. I feel like every time someone talks about that type of UFO, it's always wrong.
Well, actually, they're going to go into some little more detail, where it's slightly different from the normal cylinder.
Cylinder?
Not cylinder. Saucer.
Saucer. Right, saucer.
A cylinder is way different from a fucking saucer.
Flying cylinder.
I mean, those exist too.
Yeah, but just imagine that thing hovering in the air.
Some UFOs are described as cigar-shaped, so I
Yeah.
guess they like smoking.
I guess. I mean, probably makes sense. Comes out the butt of this cigar. Anyway.
Anyways, Edwards stated that before he saw his unusual object, the first thing that he noticed was that all of the cattle in his east field were gazing in the same direction. Intrigued, Edwards followed their stares through a grove of trees and was astonished to see what he described as a massive grayish-green mushroom-like object, which was perched atop a circular tube in the meadow adjacent to his barn.
Okay.
So it looked like a mushroom.
So one big green Mario mushroom. So an extra
Yeah.
life. Okay. Penis shaped or not penis shaped? Judging from the photo, I'm going to say not penis shaped.
Well, here's also something that's interesting. They took a photo of something in the area
Yeah.
that looked like some type of compression mark where the object was. It looks like this little hole in the ground.
So like the landing gear poked through the
Yeah.
ground, and I mean that is a possibility. There could be an object's heavy enough and sharp enough, like depending on how long or skinny that object is and the material it's made out of, to go through the ground. Now, I'm not a physics expert, but I'm pretty sure that's possible. So, I'm just like. Also, at least it's not the stereotype of the gray ones. And anything,
Right.
anything. And since you said it looks like a penguin, I have a few possibilities. Okay, so possibility one is that somehow aliens breeded with penguins.
I like where you're going with this.
And they came back thousands of years later, which is like a cool thing. Or here's an actual theory. What if the aliens have some type of contraption where they try to mimic the look of an animal or a human to blend into the environment, but they haven't gotten it right, so it only comes out as green. As their natural skin, they can only form the shape. So,
congratulations.
Congratulations.
That has got to be the most impressive theory I've ever heard regarding aliens.
It's the most impressive thing I've said.
And the least impressive thing aliens have done.
Yeah. I mean, the idea of, like, morphing is kind of cool in a way. Like an earthling disguise trying to fit said environment.
Yeah, but I mean, why would they disguise themselves to look like penguins on a farm?
Because they don't know any better. And you said there was ice around it. You don't. Where's this farm exactly taking place?
Missouri.
Okay, no comment then. Well, it's a funny looking dog.
Okay, I'm just gonna continue reading.
All right. Stop coughing like that.
Green mushroom-like object, which was perched atop a circular tube in the meadow adjacent to his barn, almost as if an autopilot. The farmer continued to the barn, his eyes never leaving the UFO. He set down the feed bucket he'd been hefting.
It's called a feed bucket. I'm country. I know it's a feed bucket.
Had been hefting and latched the door shut, with his barn secured. Edwards then turned back towards the peculiar object occupying his field, and that's when he saw something he would never forget. A group of tiny, strange creatures hastily swarming beneath the object. Edwards estimated that he was separated from the odd entities by about 70 feet of land. Two wire fences and a smattering of cows. The gusty farmer was not pleased by the fact that his cows were being spooked or that his property was being trespassed on, even if said trespassers happened to haul from out of this world. The farmer, no debate, fueled by a combination of curiosity and adrenaline, climbed the first gate and started walking directly toward the ostensibly alien interlopers.
I'm sorry, but I just want to say, I mean, that's something I would do. But as soon as I heard, like, that they're trespassing and all of that stuff, and like, and he does not like it. I just imagine, like, you just see these little aliens come out the ship, making noises. Then you just see the farmer come up, and go like, son of a bitch, get off my fucking lawn.
Just Matt Walsh.
Yeah, Matt Walsh. I don't think he ever shot a gun, but
I'm pretty sure he has.
I don't know. We'll Google. Maybe I'll Google that later. This has nothing to do with aliens, but he's an alien expert. So anyway.
Anyways,
would any type of bullet penetrate any type of alien?
Well, that's an interesting question, because something interesting happens in this story that might. Well, let me just keep reading.
Wait, he actually has a gun? All right, go ahead, fine.
As Edwards reached the second gate, the diminutive creatures began moving in an even more agitated fashion. Edwards would later describe these miniature monsters as being approximately 3 feet in height and having a grayish-green complexion,
All right, so
like their ship, although based on his own drawing, it would seem that these beings erred on the greenish side a bit.
okay, so let me interrupt you real quick. I just Googled how big a penguin is, and an emperor penguin is the size of 3 feet and 6 inches to 4 feet and 3 inches. While little penguins are like 12 to 14 inches. And what is that? A Galapagos penguin is 19 to 21 inches. So technically you could be right about this penguin being that is a pretty proper description of a penguin. So maybe that is a good opinion to, when you do the math.
The math.
When you do the measurements.
When you do the shrooms.
Yeah.
Okay, so also based again on Edward's sketch, it would seem that either these beings had no hands or that their arms were moving too swiftly for Edwards to discern the shape of the appendages. Edwards also claimed that these aliens were either wearing goggles or had large, wide-set black eyes. You wanna comment on that?
Okay, so if I remember correctly with penguins, because I know they sort of have black eyes, like large black eyes, that's the thing I have to think about, because even though penguins have black eyes, they're not exactly large to the point where they look like goggles.
Right, and remember these creatures that he's describing are like a greenish color, and so
Right.
you can see like where the eyes are supposed to be more clearly.
Is it an orquid?
Oh yeah, I was gonna bring up that meme. So, for any of the people listening to this podcast, if you've been listening for a long time,
Yeah.
you'll know we have like this orquin meme. It's supposed to be a combination of a penguin and an orca whale.
Yeah.
So this is kind of funny
I
that
mean,
we're now talking about space penguins.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing with an orca, though. Even though their eyes are technically wide and black, people mainly focus on the white part, which looks like an eye.
Yeah.
So I don't think that would fit, because that would put in a lot more in the description of his detail. But then again, it was super dark out, probably.
Yeah.
You probably couldn't get a good description of said space penguin.
You know what this also sort of reminds me of?
What?
So you've seen some Godzilla movies, right? You know the monster Gigan?
Yeah, Gigan, the chicken one.
Yeah, Gigan is like a space cyborg chicken.
Right.
And from the drawing of this creature, it almost looks like where its eyes, you would imagine it to be, almost looks like, like that futuristic kind of goggle look.
Like a cyclops?
Yeah, like that sort of.
Yeah. Like literally Marvel's X-Men Cyclops goggles?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like one whole thing.
Yeah, like I get what you mean, like the Star Wars look.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna continue. They also had dark protuberances
What?
where their noses and mouths ought to have been. Whether or not he believed the protrusions to be a natural part of their physical features or some sort of protective or possibly breathing apparatus is not clear. Although the connection may be tentative at best, when hearing a description of the aliens, it is difficult not to have it invoke memories of an encounter reported by a pair of Finnish lumberjacks in 1971.
Finland lumberjacks?
Wait.
Did you read it right? Finnish? Like
says Finnish.
Let me be the judge of this. Yeah, Finnish, as in like Finland people, not Finnish. Like Finnish people, like fish. Oh, like not Finland, Finnish people, like
Finnish people, yeah.
Finnish. No, that doesn't make any. Whatever. They're Swedish. Finland.
Swedish lumberjacks in 1971. So this is going into another story briefly. The alleged alien life form that they ran into on that wintry day near Kangaskia was a small, almost lighter than air creature, which would come to be known as the Canula humanoid. This being was said to be clad in a green-colored protective suit, similar to the creatures that Edwards bore witness to. That is assuming, of course, that the things that Edwards saw were wearing anything at all.
Yeah, I was about to say though they're not wearing a suit, right?
Well, what Edwards described, I guess it wasn't clear if they were wearing anything at all.
Like, I know you can't judge much from that photo or description, but I gotta know, like, if it was furry, like, furry.
Maybe that's why the aliens decided to dress up like penguins or furries.
Oh, God. I meant...
Because you know how some furries, like, that humans dress up as?
Yeah.
Like, some people will dress up as a wolf, but it's not like an accurate depiction of a wolf. It'll be like a green wolf or something.
Yeah, green, purplish wolf or something.
So
a fox wearing a t-shirt and like a crop top with booty shorts or something.
Okay, don't put the image in my head.
Anyway, yeah.
That's VR chat for you.
Yeah.
Edwards watched in wonder as these bizarre creatures buzzed back and forth directly beneath the old device. Arms winged.
The old device?
Swinging. Wait, hold on, let me read that again.
The old device.
Edwards watched in wonder as these bizarre creatures buzzed back and forth directly beneath the odd device.
The old device.
His old time machine.
Back before God was created, there was an old device.
Directly beneath the odd device, arms swinging frantically at their sides. He would later claim that these invaders resembled little green penguins with no visible neck. Edwards also stated that he could not clearly discern what manner of locomotion they were employing with their lower extremities. So he wasn't sure if they had, like, legs or...
Well, I want to point out, do penguins even have necks? I mean, kind of.
Well, it seems like penguins would have more of a neck than these things would. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, neckless freak. And no legs?
Well, I don't think he could see clearly, like, what was at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, if they were hovering or walking around, I don't know.
Well, he was, like, 70 feet away, so...
Hoverboards.
Yeah. They, you know, like the, like, not like the 90s hoverboard stereotype, like the actual hoverboards with the wheels.
Oh, you're gonna like this part.
Yeah.
At this point, Edwards, like any primal man...
Any primal man.
Like any primal man defending his property minus weapons, picked up a pair of bulky rocks and approached what at this point he was convinced was a UFO. In fact, Edwards would later state that his intention was to use the rocks to throw at the device and puncture holes in its side in order to prevent it from taking off.
With rocks?
Yes.
That's a true American right there.
Just plays the music we played from the Diogenes episode.
Dude, I'm not playing the U.S. anthem for a third time.
As the farmer got within 15 feet of the mushroom and the energetic entities, he was abruptly stopped by some sort of force field. Edwards claimed that he could neither see nor tangibly feel it, but that the pressure the invisible barrier emitted was unmistakable, according to Edwards.
Right.
According to Edwards, I thought I was going right up to it. I got up there, and there it was. I just walked up against a wall.
Future me, put in force field sound real quick. 1 sec.
That is not a force field sound. He just pulls out a can of beer.
Mug root beer. You can't get past this.
It was then that Edwards, who would eventually sketch the domed vehicle, got his first good look at this soundless, glinting vessel. He would later describe the metallic surface of the vehicle as being smooth and seamless, even going so far as to compare it to shiny silk.
Huh.
He estimated that the curved top of the craft was about 18 feet in diameter and nearly 8 feet at its apex. The stem-like tube that was supporting the object was evidently made of the same material as the domed top and stood not much higher than the beings beneath it.
Okay.
At this point, the perplexed farmer could also discern evenly spaced oval portals about 12 inches long and 12 inches apart, situated around the lower rim of the saucer. Edwards would insist that these portals did not seem to function as windows, as he could see a dazzling array of colors radiating from each of the ovals. The colored lights oscillated as if they were spinning behind the portals. Edwards described the craft that... Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Radiated from...
So...
spinning behind the portals. Edwards described the craft. I don't know, it just cut off weird that way.
Well, what's a portal, by the way? Like an actual portal? Like a wormhole?
I don't think he means like a portal as in like the things we jump into in VR. But
we don't bring up that game.
I think he means like lights on the craft, like oval shaped.
Okay. I guess that
almost like windows, I guess. But
they're just having like an epileptic party in there. I can't even say the word.
They're playing Jellyfish Jam.
do. Can't sing that because that got copyrighted.
The object just looked like a big shell, grayish-green looking outfit, and underneath there were oblong holes where the lights were coming out. They were so bright you couldn't see when you got up there, as if a color wheel was turning inside the thing.
It's made of a shell, and with all these lights, I just imagine just well, first of all, they have like an actual spin the wheel thing up there.
It's like our episode.
Yeah, like
we did with the spin the wheel.
Yeah, with the Joe Biden, and then for some reason on the top left, you see a really small sign that says Shell City 6 days away.
69.
That's why it's shell shaped.
Oh wait, have you paid attention to our subscribers?
No, it's like 34, I think.
35.
35.
I think it's 35. We might have to double check.
I'm pretty sure it's 34. Unless my friend, one of my friends, We call him Dashy Transit, not Dashy Games. Dashy Transit. He's way popular than us. He's got like 8,000, but whatever. He's a friend of mine.
Well, as you're looking that up, I'll just continue reading, I guess.
I want to point out I'm actually still somehow funnier than him, but that's not the point.
Anxiously, this nugged man of the land backed off about 10 feet, then hurled... Huh?
Hold on, interruption. It is 35. Nice.
Okay. Nice.
Go ahead.
Anxiously, this rugged man of the land backed off about 10 feet, then hurled one of the rocks he had gathered at his immobile object. The rock bounced off the imperceptible barricade noiselessly and landed on the ground. Edwards then threw his second rock with even more force, but this one just skipped over the object like a stone over water before landing in the field behind the UFO.
I want to point out, how can everyone remember every single detail of how the rock landed? Isn't this guy primal?
I mean, it's pretty simple. He just threw a rock and it
rock.
bounced off an invisible barrier.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, still.
As soon as he lobbed the second stone, the scudding green critters swiftly disappeared behind the shaft.
The shaft.
The shaft supporting the craft. That's what it says.
The shaft supporting the craft.
You know what, let me read this whole thing again. As soon as he lobbed the second stone, the scuttling green critters swiftly disappeared behind the shaft supporting the craft, presumably into an excess portal that was concealed from the farmer. It was then that the strange UFO tilted toward him, not once, but twice, on the third lurch. The UFO actually began silently ascending off the frozen earth.
Just starts throwing rocks back at the farmer.
Just starts shooting them.
Yeah.
They just start shooting snowballs.
Yeah. They really are space penguins. They're penguins from, like, the Mario movie.
Yeah. According to Edwards, the flying mushroom soared skyward at tremendous speed before it leveled off and began heading toward St. Elizabeth, which is located northeast of Tuscumbia. The vehicle vanished within moments, leaving behind a puzzled Edwards and a pasture full of befuddled bovines.
Can I do an Edward impression real quick? So, hold on. The fuck was that? All right, sorry, continue. Or,
Huh?
Sorry, maybe he was more country. What the fuck was that?
What in tarnation?
What in darnation? Fucking space penguins. Good for nothing frickalos.
You probably would say that.
Good for nothing frickalos.
Good for that frickaloos.
Sorry, go ahead.
Frickalowskis.
I mean, it's frickalopes, but whatever. You know.
Oh yeah, frickalopes, yeah.
Either way.
Edwards later encapsulated his fantastic encounter for UFO investigator Ted Phillips. The whole thing took over 5 minutes, maybe 10. I have never seen anything like it. It looked like shiny silk or something. I couldn't tell. I was going to tell, though, if I could have hit it with that rock.
This is Edward talking, by the way.
Yeah. One detail that would seem to add a stroke of veracity to this admittedly...
Variety?
Veracity.
Veracity.
Wait, hold on. One detail that would seem to add a stroke of veracity, I don't know fucking...
It's a word.
To his admittedly bizarre account is the fact that Cloud Edwards was a seasoned man of the land who stood to gain very little, except for the ridicule, the riddler,
The radical left.
the ridicule of his peers, by admitting to this potentially harrowing event. In fact, when Phillips was introduced to Edwards through his brother, the farmer refused to utter a word about the incident until the young researcher pledged to protect the farmer's anonymity, which he did until Edwards' death.
Huh.
Phillips described his first encounter with Edwards.
So wait, Edward is dead?
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
19 something. I forget what year it was.
Ah, okay.
When I arrived at the farm, we visited for several minutes, gaining his confidence that I wouldn't reveal his name or location until his death. He didn't like talking about the sighting at first, but became more comfortable as we discussed the weather and farming. I asked him to relive the event in real time, and we began on his front porch, which faces the large barn near the landing area.
Yeah, I just realized I forgot to plug in the laptop. You guys keep going, but the laptop's almost fucking dead.
Okay. The fact that the farmer never tried to squeeze an ounce of publicity or make a penny in profit from his strange Valentine's Day experience has led many investigators to conclude that there would be no motivation for a prank on the part of Edwards.
Right.
In further support of Edwards' claims is the uncanny trace of evidence left behind in the field where the UFO had landed. Phillips, who arrived to interview Edwards not long after the events in question, was able to photograph...
What the fuck is with all the police going on outside? I don't know if anybody was able to hear that, but... Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, let's hope they didn't hear that.
They probably did.
Phillips, who arrived to interview Edwards not long after the events in question, was able to photograph the effects this UFO had on the field, including the spot where the support tube had met the soil, Phillips explained. When I arrived at the site, the traces were still quite visible. It was 1 meter in diameter in a slightly irregular circle where the shaft had rested. The soil was extremely dehydrated in contrast with the surrounding soil. This would be the last encounter that Edwards ever reported with these peculiar space penguins and their mushroom-shaped UFO. But I'd say it's a safe bet that as stepped out of his modest home at the crack of dawn to begin his work every morning, that he never did so without looking out at the field with some apprehension and perhaps just a bit of anticipation.
Huh. So I gotta ask.
That was it.
Okay. So now the rest is just pure commentary. So I have to ask. I'm sure you don't know this, but was there any other sightings that was similar besides the one before that involves the similarities of these space penguins somewhere around the early or late 2000s?
Well, as a UFO nerd myself, I don't recall really any other stories that are much like this. So that's what makes this story pretty unique, is that the aliens are described as looking like space penguins. Whereas most alien stories, they either look like the bald-headed
Yeah. Gray
ones,
man.
yeah, gray head with the big black eyes,
That sounds like a racist slur. Fucking grayhead.
or some of them just look like blonde-haired humans.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Wasn't there? I don't remember, but I feel like there was one animated movie out there that had some with space penguins in it. That or like space chickens. I don't remember, but
Space Jam.
Space Jam. No. I feel like maybe there was some inspiration with these movies, with the story that we just don't know about. Like, even if it's like real or fake or whatever, it's always fun to find these connections, but which could lead to something that happened in modern life or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
And the interesting thing is, there doesn't seem to be any clear motivation for him to lie or anything like that.
Yeah, he's primal.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, I'm fucking Amish. I can't lie.
What's also weird is, if there were aliens there, what were they up to?
Well, but with most alien stories, it always involves something with a farm, which you can assume they're grabbing organic research material or something.
Yeah.
Hell, maybe it turns out fucking grass is like aliens' gasoline or something, and we just don't know about it. Like, they need milk for gasoline from farmers, from cows.
Maybe they like the taste of it.
Maybe they do. Maybe all the maybe all the females lost breastfeeding and they can't have.
Wait a minute.
What?
Mushrooms. Grass. You see where I'm going with this?
What the fuck? Wait. Mushrooms.
Grass. The aliens came here in a mushroom to look for grass.
Wait. So, I don't know why I'm so processing the joke. Is it because like they're trying to get high?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, oh, mushrooms are in grass. So but, also the idea of like, so they had no arms, and legs.
Well, it wasn't clear if they had legs, but it looked like they had tiny arms.
I mean,
or something like that.
I feel like you'd have to have some type of walking thing.
Yeah.
Unless they were hovering, which, I don't know. Maybe they weren't even aliens. Maybe they were like organic robots that aliens sent down, like a drone.
Yeah, that's also a theory, that many of the aliens that supposedly come down here are actually just robots created by the real aliens.
Like I said, like they make, it's like the morphing idea, but instead of morphing into something, they just make something that looks similar to an earthling creature.
Because if you think about the design of these little creatures,
it's a really bad design of a human. It's like, we're not all bald.
They don't look very efficient.
Yeah. After the Betty and Barney Hill thing, they were just like, close enough.
Yeah.
This is a good enough design.
Also, in many UFO encounters, the aliens are interested in the cows and all the livestock.
Yeah, it's hard.
On the farm.
I just thought of something like the idea of like they get Benny and Barney Hill up there. It's just like, wait, so this one's black and the other one's white. We'll just make them gray. Whatever. It's good enough. Should we make them brown or mixed? No, just make them gray. It's like the most like basic color ever.
No, Betty and Barney Hill didn't describe them as black.
I know, but
where are you getting the black from?
No. I'm saying when they kidnapped Benny and Barney Hill, it was a black man.
Oh, right,
and a white woman. So they were like trying to use drones or whatever and try to like, get a human design so they can use it to blend in more. But they were like, this one's black and the other one is white.
Oh, so you're saying they tried to make like a mixed person?
Yeah, they're like, how do we do this? And then
like a disguise of a
yeah, and they
mixed
fucked
person.
up. They're like, we'll just make it gray. So I don't know how dark or how white Benny and Barney were. So maybe that they were just like they added the colors properly and it somehow made gray. Because I don't know, that's a possibility. I don't freaking know.
Also, what if these space penguins or whatever they were weren't even the ones controlling the craft? What if they were like stupid?
Like they're just primal animals, and then you got like
Yeah, like what if they just had the brains like a penguin?
yeah, and the aliens upstairs, like up in space, are controlling it like an RC car. Just like, God damn it! It's like fucking activate the force field real quick. The force field is like alien insurance. It's quite expensive.
So in the last part here, it mentioned the photo, and I already showed you the photo earlier
Yeah.
of that little compression in the ground.
Right.
So it seems like something happened there.
You sure it wasn't like a mole rat or something, like any type of digging animal?
Well, I guess they kind of do look like mole rat things.
Like moleholes, yeah. Like I guess it depends on how far the hole goes, and
Then
stuff.
what would be the spaceship be?
Well, a mushroom.
Just a giant mushroom was
Yeah.
there, and then it just flew away.
It was dark. It was 70 feet away. It was primal. I don't know. It makes sense to me. Okay, probably not, but I'm not an expert here. All right, what do you think it was? Like, do you think it was some magical flying mushroom made of silk? Or was it like
I don't know.
was it made out of some type of fiber mesh? Like I don't freaking know. Ladies and gentlemen, Neil deGrasse Tyson on the podcast. Why don't you tell us, Neil?
Neil deGrasse Tyson would just be like, "Show me the photograph of the aliens."
It's
like,
a fucking kid's drawing. If I were to put
he's
it,
like, "I don't know what happened, but I need evidence."
I need evidence. You have an article and a dead guy, a dead witness.
I mean, there's only a handful of possibilities, right?
Yeah.
Like, either the farmer was just making it up, aliens did come down.
Yeah.
Like, what else could it be?
Everyone wants to be a witch, but nobody
Or
can be a witch.
Or he was just delusional.
No. Okay, he was a farmer. I mean, that might make.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on how old the guy was at the time. Like you would have to know every single detail, to know if he was on something or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I say that was pretty interesting. Space penguins. There was people made jokes about like how there's space orcas or space whales in space. How they like fly around and like make black holes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Or I don't know if it was black
Orquins.
holes. Yeah, like not orquins. Like it was like way before. Like people would make some like space whales. They go in and make stars or black holes or something. They travel through black holes in outer space, but we're not close enough to see it. So
That's also a fun thing to think about. What if there are creatures that actually live in space?
that's terrifying.
Like how fish live in the ocean.
We're just in the safe zone. Like we're nowhere even near. Like we're not even at the surface of space, so that's why we don't see them.
That's kind of like the thing we were talking about earlier with the space virus.
Right.
That's technically an alien.
I guess so. Like the superbug?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's kind of weird to think about. We're gonna die, aren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, how many space things have we survived? We survived an asteroid in like what, 2011? 2007.
2011. Don't you mean 2012?
2011, 2012. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. So, I remember when that happened. My dad was talking to me, and he was like, "I'm not gonna lie. I thought we were gonna die." We were eating in a Wendy's talking about it.
Your dad thought we were gonna die in 2012.
Yeah, he thought it was legit gonna be the end of the Earth.
What did he think was exactly gonna happen?
I don't know. I think he thought the asteroid was gonna hit, and then it was gonna somehow hit the center core and make the inner core erupt and destroy the entire Earth.
Oh,
Something like that.
such a lame theory.
I don't remember what he exactly said. I just know he thought the world was gonna end in 2012.
Maybe we all actually did die in 2012, but we shifted over to a different timeline.
Is that why everything is shittier and higher inflation and stuff?
Yeah.
Damn you, Kamala.
There's no way. There's no way we could have Trump or Biden as president in the previous timeline.
Of course. But this was. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I think that does it for this episode.
Oh wait, actually, one more thing.
Yeah.
So you know how the space penguins supposedly landed here,
Right.
like on the farm?
Right.
What if when they went back on the ship, they got some type of virus without even realizing it?
They somehow got COVID-19. Oh no, that would make. I mean, the virus.
Wait, hold on. Let me check the date of this because I forgot exactly what year it was.
I mean, there's no way it was the C word, because that was made from another place.
So this event took place in 1967.
Yeah, no, that's pretty old. Yeah, okay. Huh. So, what was around 1967? The plague?
That was like before then.
The flu? I don't know. Tuberculosis? There was something around.
Whatever this guy has. I'm showing the picture of the space penguin. The drawing.
Looks more like a monkey in my opinion, but
Yeah, I can see it.
yeah.
It almost looks like it has a dog nose. Like a dog muzzly nose.
Yeah. Anyway, do you have anything else you want to say?
There's not really much to say. Stay tuned for more episodes.
Stay tuned for King Kong and all that other stuff.
Stay salty. Yeah.
Yeah, and let us know if you would watch us do a Lego Batman playthrough for some reason. I don't know why, but just for some reason.
Lego Space Penguins.
Yeah, like after the King Kong series, like let us know what type of old game you'd want us to play. That's not fucking Elden Ring or Fortnite. Well, drunk or high. I mean, I could do Fortnite if I'm being honest. I mean,
Maybe Fortnite.
maybe. It's the fact that we are recording all in the same room. I don't want to bring, there's no way for me to exactly record him across the internet yet. Because the fucker won't use a damn microphone properly. But, yeah. That's pretty much it.
So yeah, that'll do it for today's episode. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing for the next episode. I don't want to keep making promises as to what we're going to do
next
for
episode,
the next episode.
And this is still maybe, we'll have another guest on here.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Me and him were talking earlier before we did the podcast.
We're not going to say who, though.
Some special person
that sounds...
that we might be inviting on.
They're not special to you, but they're special to us. He's like our god in a way. So but yeah,
he's the lemon god.
I don't think he's gonna go with that. So yeah, hopefully we'll see next time on the podcast.
Yeah, make sure to like, subscribe. Please comment.
Nice comments. I mean, I'm not saying there weren't nice comments. We still appreciate the comments.
And as always, for anyone out there listening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Yep. Bye, everyone. Salty Barrel out. We need to do a better intro, by the way, or outro. Sorry. Anyway, bye everyone.
See ya.